Superheroes, explicit. Now, yeah, this is very much a spiritual message. And yeah, I mean, just getting more into depth of, superheroes and, more or less referring to superheroes in God's kingdom. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this stuff truly, truly comes with a lot. And that's what a lot of individuals and beings don't understand. And yeah, I mean, superheroes, more or less, like they very much take on a very big role, and I play a role in this matter, more or less, humbly speaking. But yeah, I mean, superheroes, in God's kingdom, like we take on this role, and it's more than a role, but I'm just wording it this way, more or less. But I would want to say this task of just doing things, uh just doing things that are not only of the light, but like things that average beings and I want to say side characters would never do, type of thing. I mean, these side characters do play a role too, far as contributing to the overall picture, as I may have said, but yeah, they do play a big role too, and they're not to be overlooked. No, no. But what I'm saying is more so, yeah, these side characters and also like these people outside of them, more or less too. They would never really take on the role of just like, uh, completing the bigger picture and just taking on the adversity that it comes with, if I'm being real. And yeah, I mean, this stuff is deep. This stuff is very deep because, it's a lot of darkness that comes with, the superhero stuff, if I'm being real. And yeah, the kingdom of darkness is a part of that stuff. Speaking of darkness, yeah, the kingdom of darkness is a part of that, coming against, superheroes in God's kingdom. And yeah, the kingdom of darkness is monitoring this stuff as well. The enemy plays a big role in that stuff too. Yeah, of course he does. And yeah, I mean, overall though, just the superhero is doing things that average people, I was trying to say, wouldn't do, because these side characters and stuff like that, yeah, I mean, excuse me, I mean, yeah, they just wouldn't do what the superhero is doing, is what I'm saying, and the superheroes. And yeah, I mean, this stuff is deep because the superhero once again, as I was trying to say, they do experience much evil in the midst of this stuff. Regardless if you believe this matter or not, who this bear witness with, it does, and who it doesn't. But yeah, the superheroes really, really experience much evil. Believe it or not, seen and unseen. That's what I'm telling you. I know this. I know this off experience as well. Me, being a factor of this superhero stuff. And yeah, I mean, the stuff is very deep. The kingdom of darkness is after you. Demons are after you. And overall, we just have to experience this certain level of evil to strengthen us. And God is testing us and, certain individuals, who this applies to as well. This ain't for everybody, no matter if you're hearing this or not, But yeah, I mean, this stuff is truly not a game. And see, the thing is, like, the evil does try to overtake you, even you being a superhero, and that's what many people don't really know about this stuff. They may see certain things on the surface, but they don't know the in depth of this stuff. And yeah, the evil does try to overtake you. And the evil comes from many things. It comes from people it comes from things that you thought were pure. It comes from different things you're learning along the journey and all this stuff. Like, And then there's just certain things that are designed to test you as well by God. And you see, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, this stuff is truly not a game, though, is what I'm telling you, because being a superhero in God's kingdom, it comes with a lot of heartache, if I'm being real. A lot of tests, a lot of trials, and a lot of just a lot of demons coming up against you, on a serious level. A lot of demons. And these demons are not playing too. There's different levels of demons too. And, this stuff is real. This stuff is real. This stuff is not for everybody. But I'm just being real, though. This stuff is real, though, concerning the superhero stuff in God's kingdom. And yeah, overall, we do win in the end, yes, with God and all that stuff. But see, the thing is, you're still going through the mist of the trials once again and the test and stuff like that. And then you have your own nature against you and all that stuff too. You can say fleshly nature, and then certain things, other things apply to other different beings. But yeah, I mean, the stuff is real. And, overall, the superhero never truly loses his identity, he or she or whatever being. They never really lose their identity overall, but, certain things do try to overtake their identity, like certain evil and stuff like that. So yeah, this stuff is very real. And, the enemy too is trying to, come to take your identity out of God, your identity in God. And this stuff is very real, and this is what superheroes be going through. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Superheroes in God's kingdom, more or less, is what I'm referring to stuff to. So yeah, this stuff is very real. And, this ain't for everybody, because not everybody will believe this matter. But this is a very real matter. And the kingdom of darkness is is truly at work concerning this, outside of all the other beings and demonic forces coming up against superheroes in God's kingdom. But yeah, this is a very real matter. And yeah, evil does try to overtake superheroes in God's kingdom. And it will be an ongoing thing, So yeah, this stuff is very, very much a real matter.